Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be creating this washcloth, if you so choose. This is one of those 2-for-1. So this washcloth is made using the tweed oblique cross stitch. So if you only want to learn how to do the stitch, you work just the repeats in the middle. You don't add the border of 5 stitches on each side and the 5 rows of garter stitch at the bottom and the top. That is optional. I'm doing a kind of like a series of washcloths where I'm doing a stitch tutorial as well as turning it into something that is useful so I can build my stash back up. All right, so I am using a very lightweight cotton. This is like a DK weight, and yeah, you'll need some stitch markers. You'll need some knitting needles. You'll need the yarn. Depending on the yarn you use will depend on the needle size you use. Maybe a pen to do some tick marks as to how many repeats you've done. A tape measure, maybe to measure out your size. A darning needle to sew in your ends. A pair of scissors to cut away from your yarn. All right, so this is self-striping, so it kind of did its own thing, which I'm perfectly okay with. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to begin this stitch, talk about your multiples and your row repeats. I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and I will see you at the work table to get started. Your multiples are of 8 plus 10 if you're making a washcloth. It's a very easy pattern. It's a 4-row repeat, but 2 of the rows is purl every stitch. It's the wrong side of your work. All right, so I'm just gonna, with this yarn here, I'm already started on a different set of needles, but with this yarn here, I did want to show you how to get started. For mine, I did, let me get this a little bit tighter here. Long tail cast on of 5 stitches. Then I just place a stitch marker, and then I cast on in multiples of 8. So just count 8 stitches. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And what I did was kind of stretch out my stitches a little bit, gave it a look and said, that's not going to be big enough even with 5 more. And I just kept adding 8 until I liked the width of my washcloth or hand towel, whatever you're using it for. Let me see here. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 1. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 3. 2, 4, 6, 8. 4. 2, 4, 6, 8, 5. So I did 5 repeats on mine that I will be moving over to in just a moment. All right, so when you get it to the just about as wide as you want it, you look down and you say, okay, 5 more stitches and that's it. Put another stitch marker on, add 5 more stitches. And then what I want you to do is knit all stitches for 5 rows. So you're going to knit back and forth 5 times. You're going to knit every single stitch all the way across for 5 rows. When you get done with that, it's going to look like this. You have 5 rows of what is called garter stitch. All right, next up, we're going to begin our pattern. The first 5 stitches and the last 5 stitches will be knit no matter what side of your work you're on. Whether you're on the right side or the wrong side, these first 5 and last 5 will always be knitted. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with that first. If you're looking for just the stitch tutorial, we'll start it after the first 5 stitches. All right, those are now knitted. For repeating row 1. All right, for row 1, you're going to slip with the yarn to the back, slip the first stitch as if to purl. You're going to knit the next one, yarn over, and bring your slipped stitch over the top of those 2, your knit one and your yarn over. And you're going to do that one more time. Slip, knit, yarn over, and then pass your slip stitch over the top. Then knit 4. That is your repeat. So knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll do that repeat one more time. Slip one as if to purl, knit 1, yarn over, and pass your slipped stitch over the top of those 2, and then repeat. Slip 1, knit 1, yarn over, pass your slipped stitch over the top, and then knit 4. And that is your 8 stitches. You will repeat that all the way to the end of row 1. Then you'll turn your work over, and for all even rows, you will knit your first 5, purl all stitches in between stitch markers, and then knit your last 5. All right, so again, the wrong side, we're just going to knit the first 5. All right, once you've knitted the first 5 stitches, you're simply going to purl every single stitch all the way to your next stitch marker, at which point you'll slip your stitch marker and knit those last 5 stitches. Then you'll turn your work over, and I'll be back to help you with repeating row 3. All right, once you have your wrong side row done, you're going to turn your work over, and we're going to start row 3. Row 3 is knit your first 5. Pass your stitch marker when you come to it. And now we're going to shift what we did on the last right side row by 2 stitches. So now we're going to begin with knitting 2 and then slip as if to purl, knit 1, yarn over, and pass your slip stitch over those 2. Do that one more time. And then knit 2. And that is your repeat for your row 3 of the 4-row repeat. Once again, we're knitting 2, slip as if to purl, knit 1, yarn over, pass your slip stitch over, and repeat. Slip 1, knit 1, yarn over, pass your slipped stitch over, your knit 1 and your yarn over, and then knit 2. You will continue that repeat to the next stitch marker. When you get to the next stitch marker, just slip your stitch marker and knit your last 5 stitches. For your last repeating row, row 4, you're going to turn your work over, knit your first 5, slip your stitch marker, purl all stitches to your next stitch marker. Slip your stitch marker and knit your last 5 stitches. And that is the repeat for the tweed oblique crossed stitch. Now, once you have almost the complete height that you're looking for, within the same amount, what you can do is measure, just to make it a little easier, you can measure how big your 5 rows is, and that way you'll know about how many inches to stop before it's to the size that you overall size that you want it. And you would knit the last 5 stitches all the way across every single stitch for 5 rows. And then cast off. Casting off is very easy to do. You already have your knitting your first one. You're knitting the second one. Then you're passing the very first knitted one over the top of the next one. Then you'll knit one and pass that one over that one. And see how we start casting off? You do that all the way to the end. Do it loosely so that way you don't have it one end tighter than the other. So you just go ahead and cast off once you have finished your 5 or make your 5th row your cast off row. So they are equaled out the same, the top, the bottom, and the sides. All right, everyone, that's it. I'm going to go finish up mine. I am using this yarn. It's got several different colors. It is cotton. If you are going to be making these, I do suggest a high level of cotton, like 80 or greater % of cotton, especially if you're going to be using them with anything that is heat. All right, everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you make this, I would love to see it. You're welcome to share it over in the Facebook group, send me an email, however you wish. I would absolutely love to see your work and the color yarn you chose. All right, so until next video, be blessed, be a blessing, and bye for now.